Hey everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising for May 2019. I do hope this video finds you all well, and happy birthday to those of you who are Taurus Sun people. I am really excited to see what is happening for you this month. Your solar return can definitely be a good time to start new things, new projects. There might be some reflection, some shedding that's going on. It tends to be a very big time of year for people, so I'm curious to see what's going to be coming up for you. Before we begin, I would like to just disclaim that this is a general reading, so not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you. You can just take what fits and leave the rest behind. Use your own discernment. You are your own best psychic. You're definitely welcome to check out your other videos if this one doesn't really resonate too strongly, so you can check out the Moon and Rising video as well. I am also going to start doing love readings as well, in addition to these general readings. So if you're more interested in your love life, definitely keep your eyes peeled for those. I'm thinking more towards the middle of the month, kind of like a bi-monthly reading, kind of like an extension to the general reading. And of course, if love and relationships comes up in this reading, I'm definitely going to bring that up too. It could just be a very heavy relational month for some of you. But I just wanted to let you all know I did make a poll and ask what kind of readings you were all interested in, and love readings definitely came up on top. So we're going to try those and see how it goes. I am very excited to see what is going to be happening for you this month. It felt energetically, when I was kind of tuning into your energy, very calm, very nice. It just very serene was almost the energy. I feel like a lot of you have been healing. A lot of you have just been overall in a pretty good place. Definitely going to take a look at the cards in a second just to see what exactly has been going on. But I just feel like very, very calm energy from you, Taurus, which is nice. I feel like it's just been a very reflective, smooth time for you, which is interesting since we've had all of this stuff going through Aries. And some of it is actually just starting to hit Aries now. It's only the 24th now, so a lot of this new energy starting to kick everything into action is just really beginning. We don't have these planets going into Taurus until more towards the end of May, which I actually detailed in the blog post down below. Also, if you're interested in a personal reading or donating, all of that information is down there, so check it out in the description box. I do also know that Lilith is going to be moving into Pisces at the start of this month, so it's going to be a very interesting time for shadow work. Whenever we have kind of a slow moving point or planet that changes signs, we definitely feel it. And we do also have those outer planets that are going retrograde as well. Jupiter went retrograde on April 11th, and Pluto went retrograde today on April 24th, and we have Saturn going retrograde on April 31st. So right before May, we're having all of this inward energy, all of this reflection, all of this reflective stuff happening, and it is trining you, Taurus. That obviously is going to depend on your specific natal chart. If you don't know what a chart is, again, check down below, especially if you have your date of birth and your birth time. It will be very illuminating for you for these sorts of readings. You'll kind of be able to figure out what planet is transiting where in your specific chart, and just get a better picture of how these energies are going to personally affect you. Obviously, this is all very general. But with all of this energy happening in Capricorn, I know Capricorns have been really feeling it in an intense way, but because it's trining you as a fellow Earth sign, it's actually really helping you look forward, look beyond kind of the traditional ways you've been doing things, especially now that Uranus is also back in your sign. There's just a lot of shaking things up, but it doesn't feel like it's disturbing you, Taurus. It still seems like you have your stability about you. You still, you feel good. You actually feel pretty good. I was interested to see that. I did also pull at the in the pre-shuffle, I did pull this Page of Cups here, which tells me that a lot of you are definitely in a very creative, perhaps romantic period of your life. There might be some new love for you, or just some new passions, or just very lovely emotions. You might also be getting messages intuitively as well. This could be an intuitive messenger as well. Um, so yeah, it seems like things are really going pretty well for you. I think I'm just going to start our reading here just to get a more thorough picture of what is going on. Okay, 3 times. One more. Ooh. Okay, yeah, so this is very interesting. I was saying for the past energy, you felt very calm and stable, and we do have this Empress card that came out for you first. So this Empress is actually your card. You're very much in your element coming into April. I feel like you're just feeling very stable, very fertile. Some of you might actually be pregnant, or starting new creative projects, just fertility in that sort of sense. But yeah, there's just this ripe soil right now, a lot of fresh, clean energy, very lovely, nurturing, and lovely. This is very much in your day-to-day life, kind of the physical, the way you're coming across to people. So this is really, really good. I do, however, see the Seven of Cups that is coming up in the emotional position for the past. There may be some daydreaming, some delusional feelings. You might be a bit swept up in your emotions right now. Um, and I do see this Knight of Cups in reverse. So I think this is kind of in your mental position. So it seems like you're kind of trying to keep all of this energy in check. You could actually be blocking someone off, especially if someone is making some sort of offer, or trying to become more vulnerable with you or more intimate with you. Um, or vice versa. This can go either way in these general readings. It does seem like there might have been a water sign that you were talking to, or turned away. This could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This could actually also be an Aquarius as well. And with this Empress card, you could also be dealing with another Taurus or Libra, and that's kind of more in your day-to-day life. That might even be a family member. But it seems like you've been communicating a lot with a water sign, or just communicating a lot of very emotional things. Perhaps kind of taking a mask off, weighing out your options, and realizing that maybe this person isn't exactly the best for you, this water sign, in whatever capacity that's going to apply. This could also just be a person who might be a bit emotionally manipulative, a person who might be swept up in their own emotions. You might have just been like, enough, I'm done. But overall, with this Empress card, it does feel like you really are in a good place starting off the month of May, which I love to see. I also get kind of this theme of healing for you as well. Some of you have just been healing, um, and kind of in just this dream state, in rest. I think that's actually, it doesn't feel too bad. I am curious to see what the animal energy was for the past. What is the animal energy for Taurus in the past that is playing out now? Interesting. We have zebra. So this is very much a card of creativity, of being yourself, which isn't surprising with this Empress card. I was saying it feels like you're very much in your element, and you're just unapologetically you, I feel like. This could also be another individual who has come into your life, someone potentially from a faraway land, or perhaps you have been thinking about traveling abroad, or perhaps you did travel abroad. Very exotic, whatever this feeling is. Or, I'm sorry, whatever the situation is. It feels very unusual and different, and special in that way. There could also be some black and white thinking that you are freeing yourself from with this third eye here, kind of opening and seeing things in a new way, a kind of almost Aquarian way. Um, which is interesting because, again, you do have Uranus, which is the Aquarian ruler, in your sign right now. Sorry. So you do have Aquarius in your. I'm sorry, you do have Uranus in your sign. So that is definitely causing you to shake things up. But I think it's for the best. You know, you're definitely using this energy wisely. And you are kind of weighing out your options. You are trying to see what new possibilities there are for you. So I'm definitely excited to see what we have going on for. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so for the beginning of April, so kind of the beginning of May, geez, I do have this Ace of Cups in reverse. There's also this Three of Swords in reverse. And this Queen of Cups in reverse. Some of you may be getting over some sort of heartbreak with the water sign. Again, it seems like this is kind of coming up for some of you. There might have been a water sign that you're still sort of healing from. I do see that you're sort of on the mend. You may also be trying to get more intimate or have that next level of commitment with this water sign, and it almost looks like it's not going to go the way you had hoped. You might get blocked off. There's just someone with a blocked heart is actually what I'm getting. And this is the center of your read with this Three of Swords in the heart space. This is kind of the heart of your reading. And I do feel like there is this coming out of a heartbreak, coming out of disappointment, rejection. And that's going to be very important for the beginning of April. Some of you might also be. It almost feels more like marriage, or if this is like a domestic relationship, there could actually be kind of a falling out here. If I'm being honest, with this Ace of Cups in reverse kind of in the day-to-day for you, it does feel like there is this lack of emotional reciprocation or reconciliation, something that isn't quite going the way you had hoped. But I still see that you are moving out of this broken-hearted energy, whatever this was, or it doesn't even seem like it really affected you that much. I almost feel like this is you, to be honest, Taurus. It feels like this is just you kind of doing some spring cleaning with your life, getting rid of the old. And with this Queen of Cups in reverse, this could potentially be a water sign. So again, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces that you are cutting off communication with, or you're just kind of not having good communication with, I should say. This could also be, I want to say Gemini? Yeah, this could be a Gemini as well, a third decan. But there is, to be honest, a lot of water in this reading, so I'm very curious to hear if any of you are dealing with a water sign or just some sort of person who is emotionally manipulative. This is someone who can almost be like a psychic vampire. They're very attuned to people. They're very good at reading situations, but they don't use that to the benefit of others. They kind of manipulate situations, and they're very subtle with it. You might not even realize that it's happening. So that might be something to look out for. But overall, this is interesting. I'm almost getting the impression that this is somehow tied to Saturn going retrograde. So this could actually be someone that you're working with as well, because this is going to happen right at the end of April. So it really is more like the beginning of May. I feel like some of you might be losing something you really care about in your day-to-day life. This could be losing some very cherished object or possession. It could be losing a home. But again, it feels like you're not falling apart over this. You're still going forward. You're still moving on with your life. And the communication might be a little bit hard, especially since there is actually a lot of things happening with Mercury at the beginning of May. I do want to warn everyone. There is, it's going to be squaring off with Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. So there's definitely going to be a lot of confrontation. Again, this actually almost does feel like work. But But that's just something to keep in mind. It seems like there might be some tricky communication. Someone might be getting hurt. I don't feel like it's you, to be honest. It feels like people around you. Um, it almost feels like you're not having it. You're kind of closed off to whatever this is. Someone might have been really shitty and they're trying to apologize, and you're also not feeling it. Like you don't think this is sincere, so you are kind of blocked off to this. So that could also just be a warning as well. You might want to be, if you're not trusting someone's apology, there might be something to that. Just saying. Interesting. So the animal wisdom that we have for you in the first half of April is actually Dragonfly, which is a fun card, um, because there's a lot of movement with Dragonfly. They're very adept at changing direction mid-flight. So this is very exciting energy. There is some things shaking up, but it can also cause a lot of unease, especially with emotions and communicating emotions. This is an air card, but it's also very closely tied to the water element. I do see that there is a need to meditate to make sure that your mind is clear before going forward with things. I think potentially with all of this movement around you, even if you are blocked off to it and just doing your own thing, it does feel like it is still affecting you to some degree. So it is important that you meditate, that you make sure your mind is clear before you make decisions. Watching, being mindful of your breath, paying close attention to your breath, deep breathing will be really helpful. And there is a situation that may not be as it appears, I have to say, with Dragonfly, because it is this reflective, shimmering creature, and it's very illusory in that way. So there's almost this fey trickery energy that's coming on for you. And it could be this water sign or this very emotionally manipulative person, this emotional vampire that this is kind of referencing. Just be on guard. I would be a little cautious in the first half of May. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very damaging to you, but it's worth mentioning. I am curious to see what we have coming up for the last 2 weeks. Interesting. Whew, interesting. So, wow. We have the Sun card in reverse, the Death card, and we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Okay. And I did just peek at the bottom of the deck, and we do also have the Magician as well. So with this Sun card in reverse, it does feel like some of you, this could potentially be a Leo that you're dealing with, but I'm getting more the sense that it's just something is still not clear for you by the end of the month. It seems like it's kind of you holding off, making a decision, or feeling like not trusting a good opportunity, perhaps, maybe because of all, I guess for lack of a better word, fuckery that was happening at the beginning of the month. You're still not totally trusting this blessing that's coming your way. I feel like it's almost like by the end of the month, it's like you were actually moving pretty strong in the beginning, but by the end you might start to feel like, okay, I'm starting to have enough of this. So do be mindful of your energy at the beginning of the month. You might be having a bit of a crazy month, which is normal for your solar return. I do have to say it can be kind of an intense time period because you are beginning a new year, you're beginning a new cycle, and there is a lot of energy that's moving through your sign. So it's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. With this Death card, I do have to say that there is definitely an ending for you. Of something you do care about, there is going to be a lot of transformation. Um, I don't know if this is really. I'm honestly not feeling that this is so negative. I almost feel like, again, this is you kind of doing some spring cleaning. It almost feels like this is something you're initiating, to be totally honest. Some of you may also be dealing with a Scorpio, again, because that water energy has been coming up so much that might be the case for some of you. And if that's true, this Scorpio actually does seem to be much better by the end of the month. It does seem like you have some sort of vulnerability or some sort of connection with them. This could also be a new energy coming in as well. After you've cleared out the old, this could be bringing in a new person who has a lot of Scorpio in their chart. I do have, with this Three of Pentacles, the sense of there's still not a lot of cooperation happening by the end of the month for you guys. I'm sorry to say. But I feel like, really, with the bottom of the deck being the Magician, I feel like whatever it is that's going on, you're still very much in your power. You are still very much in your own authority, in your command. You are still working on manifestation, bringing your dreams into reality, and you're not letting any of this stop you. You're still going strong. You're still the bull. Some of you may also be dealing with a Gemini or a Virgo, perhaps. This is kind of mercurial energy. But I feel like it's more a reflective month for you, which makes a lot of sense given that it is your solar return. And Taurus season is definitely a slow and steady month. It can kind of be a bit slow to start things. And things might not pick up until the end when we're getting more towards into Gemini season. There might be some clearing and some more clarity. I do see, however, that there is still kind of this struggle with the word clarity actually brings this up. There is this lack of clarity still. There is this kind of troubled perspective or lack of perspective. And that was kind of showing up with this dragonfly card. So it is just important to keep your perspective about you, to keep a clear mind. I do feel like this is ultimately... I mean, it feels like it's some spring cleaning for you, and it is much needed. I don't think it's too bad. Again, I don't feel like this is intense. Even though the Death card is here, this can be an intense card. I'm getting more a sense of like an internal shift that is happening for you. And it feels like it's really bringing in a lot of new things. I'm just going to pull one more animal card. What is the last bit of animal wisdom for Taurus? Interesting. So we have two cards, and this is just what I was saying with the Vulture card. This is you clearing out your space, decluttering your life. This is also emotional cleansing as well as physical cleansing. There are some things that still need to be brought into balance, but I feel like you're going to do that. When this card shows up, it's kind of important to cleanse the space energetically. So you could do that with energy healing or with sage or some sort of herb, Palo Santo. And just digesting whatever it is that's happening. With this Death card, this does feel like kind of a complementary energy here. It's you finding nourishment from whatever it is that you're losing at the end of the month, finding a silver lining in it, and making use of whatever it was that seemed like this horrible end to some people. I feel like you're actually going to be able to make it into a feast. You're going to be able to sustain yourself off of this ending. So again, it seems like spring cleaning, this clearing of your space, and bringing in new things as a result of that. And with this Cheetah card, it seems like there is going to be this pouncing into action towards the end of the month as well, this leaping towards something new. I feel like you're going to feel very clear, actually, almost lighter, as a result of all of this shifting and change. I do feel like some of you might be moving as well. There might be a new opportunity, and it might not be totally clear if this is the right move. And if you're kind of wondering, is this really the right thing? Is this just going to be more trouble? I actually feel like this is telling you to go for it. Whatever it is at the end of the month that you're still trying to figure out if you should do or not, Cheetah is definitely saying just run for it. Go towards that thing. And you'll kind of... You might not know, honestly. It might be a little scary for you. So definitely meditate this month. Definitely clear your mind and focus on that, because I feel like it's going to be much needed by the end of the month. There is some big changes that are happening for you, but I feel like you have everything you need here. I do hope that this reading was helpful. I will see you in the middle of the month. If you're interested in those love readings, make sure to hit like and subscribe and comment down below what is going on for you guys. It's so important to share your experiences. I just love hearing how these are resonating for people, and just kind of the way the dots are lining up together for people. Um, yeah, I'm not getting any more messages, so I do hope that this was helpful. I will see you next time. Bye, Taurus.